Hi viewers, in this video we are going to discuss about water resources. K. Priyadarshini, working as an associate professor in MMM College of Nursing, Chennai. Objectives of this video. At the end of the video, the viewers are able to define water resources, explain the various sources of water, explain the uses of water, enlist the problem associated with water resources, enumerate the relationship between water resources and the ecosystem. We should know what is water resources. Water resources are sources of water that people use for drinking, farming, industries, electricity generation, and daily activity. Water is one of the most important natural resources for all living organisms. This is not only needed for a human being, it's needed for all living organisms. Water. Many sources of water are there. In that, surface water found what we are seeing in the form of a river, lake, pond, reservoirs, and streams. Mainly, this type of water used for irrigation, drinking purpose, transportation purpose, and producing hydroelectric power. These are all the uses of surface water. Groundwater. Water stored below the earth's surface in a soil and the rocks used to term as groundwater. Okay. Obtained through them wells, bore wells, and the springs. And it is very important source of drinking water. Next one, rainwater. Main source of fresh water. Recharges the river, lake, and the groundwater. Rainwater is the main source for the surface water as well as the groundwater. Next, glaciers and ice caps. Majority of the water sources we used to get from this form only. Glaciers and ice caps store most of the world fresh water, and this only supplies to the rivers. So the sources of water, the main sources of water are surface water, groundwater, rainwater, glaciers, and ice cap. Surface water resources. This is essential for drinking and cooking. Without drinking water, we are not able to survive. And helps in agriculture and food preparation, used in industries and factories, generate hydroelectronic powers, and supports the plants, animal, and aquatic life. It maintains the environmental balance. So, water. So many uses of waters are there. First, under domestic uses, drinking, cooking, bathing, washing clothes and utensils, cleaning. Under agricultural uses, irrigation of crops, livestock farming, that all comes under agricultural uses. In industrial area, water is needed for manufacturing the product, cooling missions, cleaning the equipments. And apart from that, other uses are hydroelectric power generation, navigation and transport. Water transport, yes, people used to enjoy the water transport, okay, and recreation and tourism. So many uses are there for water. Problems affecting water resources. The main problem is water pollution caused by industrial waste, sewage, pesticide, and the plastic waste makes the water unsafe for the humans and animals. We have seen so many important uses of water, but because of water pollution, it makes the water unsafe for the human being and the animals. The next major problem is water scarcity. Due to the pollution growth, population growth, and increased amount of pollution, overuse, climate changes, and uneven rainfall, the water scarcity is a major problem we are encountering nowadays. The next problem is over-exploitation of groundwater, excessive pumping lower the groundwater level. So, see, we know the housing pattern of almost all over the country. So, more number of houses in small area. So that what happened, everybody is having the bore well, so that because of that excessive pumping takes place, automatically it lowers the groundwater level, and it leads to drying of well also. Okay, these are all the problem affecting the water resources. Okay, we have discussed about what are all the problems affecting the water sources. What is the remedy for that? One of the major remedy is water conservation. Water conservation means using the water wisely and preventing the wastage. What are all the ways out there for doing water conservation? The primary thing is rainwater harvesting, so that we're able to save the rainwater. Next, repair leaking taps under the pipes. So that if any leak is there, continuously water wastage takes place in that particular area. So we have to repair the leaking pipes under the taps. Next, use the water saving devices. Water saving devices and reuses the waste water wherever possible. Reuses the waste water wherever is possible. For example, we are using the water for cleaning the vessels, means the used water we should utilize in some other way for planting, for gardening. We are able to use in that way. So use the water saving devices, reuses the water, waste water wherever possible, plant more trees, so that what happened, the ground, be able to increase the groundwater level. Plant more trees, okay, and use drip and sprinkler irrigation. Avoid polluting the water bodies. In this are all the ways we are able to conserve the water. Rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting is the process of collecting and storing the rainwater for the future use. What are the advantages related to rainwater harvesting? It increases the groundwater level, reduces the water scarcity, prevent flooding and soil erosions. It provides water during the dry seasons also. So many advantages are there. The people able to, everybody, every citizen of the country is having the responsibility of safeguarding the nature. So they have to do the rainwater harvesting in their own. Okay. Sustainable water management means using the water carefully so that future generation also have the enough water. Now we are getting the water, so use it as we like. No, we should not have that kind of mentality. We have to save the water carefully so that the future generation also have enough water. Steps: protect the river, lakes, and the wetland. Reduce the pollution. Use the efficient irrigation method. Spread awareness about saving the water, encourage recycling and reuse of water. These are all the ways we are able to save the water. About water sources. About 71% of the Earth's surface is covered by water. We know very well. But in that, only 3% of Earth water is fresh water. And in that also, most of the fresh water is stored in the glaciers under the underground. So fresh water available for human use is very limited. Okay, so keep it in that in our minds so that we are able to save the water. Community initiatives. Construction of dams and reservoirs, river conservation projects, rainwater harvesting programs, watershed management, public awareness campaign. These are all the way we able to save the water. The government should take the initiatives and community people should take the initiative so that we able to save the water in a well manner. Water resources in ecosystem. Role of water in ecosystem. How the water, see, 71% of world is surrounded by water. Think about the importance of water resources in maintaining the biodiversity and ecosystem. It provides habitat for aquatic plant and animals. It maintains the biodiversity by supporting the various species, helps in nutrient cycling and soil fertility, regulate the climate and temperature through the water cycle. It supports the wetland, forest, grassland, and agricultural ecosystem. Example, rivers support the fish and freshwater organisms. Wetland act as a natural water filter, and forests depend on regular rainfall for the growth. Everything is interrelated. Water resources, rain, and the grassland, forest, agriculture, and human being or other living organism. Everything is interrelated in the biodiversity and the ecosystem. So, water resources are playing the major role here. Threat to water resources and ecosystem. The major challenges: water pollution from industrial waste and sewage, overexploitation of groundwater, deforestation affecting the rainfall and the water availability, climate change, this causing the drought and the flood, other natural calamities, loss of wetland and aquatic habitat. The effect of this kind of threat: decline in the biodiversity, water scarcity, and damage to the aquatic ecosystem, increased risk of environmental degradation. These are all the threat to the water resources as well as the ecosystem. Conclusion: healthy water resources are essential for healthy ecosystem. Conserving water today ensures the sustainable environment and sufficient water for future generations. Till now, we have discussed about what is water resources, what are all the importance of water, uses of water, and the sources of water, and how the water is playing the major role in maintaining the biodiversity and ecosystem, and how to conserve the uh, water. All those things we have discussed in this video. I hope you all got some views about the water resources. Okay, viewers, thank you for your support. Thank you. Meet you again.